And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Now we're at the members show. Now we can get into like the real news, dig deep, get a global view on what the hell is going on. All right, so I'll give everybody a few minutes to get settled in. Now I'm going to have some Woodford Reserve and some. It's been sitting in some ice for about 20 minutes, 2 shots. Still nice and stiff. Woodford Reserve's up there in the alcohol. It's not 80%. I think it's like 90% or whatever. It's a stiff one, but it's one of my favorites. One of them. I got about 3 favorites. So I'll just take a quick little sip here. A little drinky poo, like they say on the Trailer Park Boys. A drinky poo. All right. Ooh-wee. That's some whiskey. You know you're drinking whiskey with that one. It's got a great flavor, but a good kick to it. All right. Who do we got here? Who's brave enough to show up? Crypto She-Hulk. NCB Spencer Joshua. Tekken Monster. Charles is here. Mr. KG Tree. DS. Melissa G. Moderator. You got John Willis. Jacques Howell. Welcome back. Julie Renee. Ricky Matthews. Garrett's here. Okay. Cool. Regular group. I'm going to take a Ricola. We'll start here in just a minute. Ready for that? Members only. Here's where the serious work gets done. Hey, it's all nice to have little short, quick stories, but the way that you truly get rich is to understand how this world works, where you can see market trends before they happen, before you win or before you get wrecked. One of the two, okay? The brass tacks. We got to get down to the brass tacks. Okay, I read that once regulations are established, you will need either a QR code that represents a microchip installed in your body. Not getting into that. We'll figure that out later. Look, number one, we're here before the party. Things are going to change. What do they say? 7 ways till Sunday. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen. We kind of have ideas on some things. Yeah, I know people might get implanted and all. Okay, we don't know time frames on that, and I'm not going to get into all the speculation. what I'm going to do is get into trying to use as much evidence as I can to show you what's going on, but then we also have to use common sense and judgment. See, it's not always about evidence. If it was only about evidence, then I wouldn't be in crypto at all. Because this is very speculative, okay? It's not like this is science and you got to prove everything. No, we're dealing with criminals, okay? The majority of this dumb shit are politicians, which are criminals, or we're dealing with the mega rich, which are criminals, okay? That's where I come in because I've dealt with these criminals my whole life. Not all these type people, but birds of the feather flock together, all right? So I'm going to use my world experience, at least the past 20 years of dealing with criminal justice system and judges and district attorneys and criminals and just on. And I will use some business sharps that I have, investment skill. Well, I'm not a financial advisor. I got to give my disclaimer here in a couple minutes. But so let me start with that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. I'm not a lawyer. Don't listen to a word I say. If I tell you to do something, don't do it. Everything that comes out of my mouth is a lie. All right? So let us get started. I think it's more true than just speculation. Tekken, it's tough, dude, because we got these fucking, all these guys are criminals, man. Like Gary Gensler, he's such a fucking liar. Like all these people. We are all trying to find truth because these rich people, like we're just trying to get some millions and something and have a nice little life or whatever. I'm not talking about having a $30,000 trailer in Kentucky or something, but I'd like, a $5 million house. I'd like to have probably 10 million sitting in the bank, or investment. No, I want 5 million sitting in the bank, liquidity, maybe 5 million in, I don't know, in gold or something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want a little bit. These people are talking quadrillions. They want like trillions. Some people want to be a trillionaire. Some of these guys want to be a quadrillionaire. They're doing too much. Okay, so these are the people that are running shit, and they're really going to fuck everybody over. I'm just trying to teach us. We're poor. We won't always be poor, and they're going to try everything they can to scare us and try to pass laws. And I'm going to be sticking up middle fingers at every single fucking law they try to pass that's going to try to rip me off. Not going to fucking happen. Now, my disclaimer is I follow every single rule and blah, blah, blah. So there you go. And I'm not telling anybody to do anything illegal. But I will find a way to be happy. Put it like that's what I'm going to say. I'll find a way to be very, very happy. All right. Just found out Ginsler has a twin. You guys got some kind of brother I've seen. It's been a while. I don't remember it. Okay. Focus. Let me go to the biggest. I got about 4 articles. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. I got the Citibank one. Okay, fuck it, Citibank. All right. I started 2.5 years ago teaching you guys all this stuff, right? I started off by saying you got the 3 little pigs running shit in the world, okay? JP Morgan, Household, Citibank. I've been saying that for 2.5 years. They control everything. They're the richest banks. They loan money to other banks to move money all around overseas. That's how fucking rich they are. Until these 3 banks are all ready to go and set up with crypto, and that ain't a fucking thing gonna happen. So that's why don't get in this thing where I want to get rich. Don't get anxious because it's not going to happen until they say it's going to happen. All right. We see here's an article from Citibank. Now they're working on it. So this shit ain't gonna happen in 1, 2, 3 months, and the Jassar is not gonna come out from heaven and save us and all this stuff. All right. Citi Ventures co-leads a $6 million round in crypto investment startup company. It's called X Alts, okay? The letter X and then ALTS. What Citibank is doing is they're not completed. They are currently, which means you're not getting rich tomorrow. They are currently one of the biggest banks in the world, the top 3, and they're currently working on setting up getting their crypto investment funds ready. They're going to sell to institutions in this fund. So maybe Chevron Oil Company wants to buy some crypto, or maybe another bank wants to, whatever. Citibank is one of the 3, and they're going to have their crypto. I'm showing you this because they're all in the investment phase. They are all in the investment phase. You should too, okay? If you have enough crypto, start working on silver and gold, all right? Now, the goal is to remove barriers. Citibank says this. The goal is to remove barriers so institutions can invest in digital assets. What we have now is institutions cannot invest because the board of directors won't allow it. The federal government won't allow certain investment houses to invest. We've got to have what I've been saying this whole fucking time, crypto regulations, okay? Man, this whole trial, I've been telling you, is fake. We're almost at 2-year mark. I've been saying it's all fake. The judge cannot determine what crypto is. None of these other YouTubers are telling you this because they have no fucking idea, all right? Even the lawyers, okay? These are not crypto lawyers. One guy's like an insurance lawyer, and they don't know fucking crypto. They know their area of the law, whether it's corporate law or medical law, or the law is divided up in different kinds. Crypto law is different. You want to know why? Because we don't have any crypto laws. Like, damn, Crypto Hulk. I've never heard that. Yeah. Well, I've been telling you guys 2.5 years. 2.5 years ago, I'm saying, ain't a fucking thing gonna happen until there's crypto regulation and laws. United States code doesn't have no other channels telling you about United States code except Crypto Hulk, that is. And they're trying to tell you, remember they're showing all the rockets, the guy that talks like this, and I'm gonna have my aggressively average content. Okay. That dude showing all these rockets go to the moon. Wow, that's so fucking fake. I was telling you guys for 2.5 years, people like Crypto Hulk show is boring, whatever. Okay, it is, but it's real. So you're gonna be excited to go watch a rocket. How's that rocket going right now, Rocket Boy? Because he show that fucking thing all the time, sitting on top of a rocket, doing all that shit. How'd that work out from the past 2.5 years ago? You're showing rockets on your show. Yeah, you stopped showing that, didn't you? Because you're fake. All right, let's continue here with the positivity in the news. Citibank is getting ready to sell. They're getting ready to sell. These are my notes. Citibank knows crypto laws are coming out. Crypto Hulk's been telling you that for 2.5 years. Citibank is one of the three little pigs I've talked about. Now, what's cool, let me go to this article real quick. What's cool is that Citibank hired a guy. Well, I know this guy. This guy's name is Ashutosh Goel. He's from HSBC, Household Savings Bank. Whoa, 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 Crypto Hulk. So what you're telling me is Citibank, one of the top 3 banks in the world, started a crypto investment fund. And who did they hire to run it? The guy from Household Savings. Well, that's 2 of the 3 biggest banks of the world, Crypto Hulks. You got JP Morgan, Household Savings Bank, and Citibank. Now, out of the 3 biggest banks in the world, you got 2 of them. So the guy from Household is now, listen to this, the chief investment officer at Citibank. So what they do, Citibank, one of the biggest 3 in the world, took a guy from Household Savings Bank and put him in the number 1 position to be an investment officer at Citibank. See how serious this is getting? Like, damn. That's why I wanted to show you this article. I'm not going to get into it all that much. I basically summarized just what it's about. The X alts, they have experience in investment and technology backgrounds. So with their chief investment officer, the guy from HSBC, they're going to wrap digital assets into investment products, listen, that are fit for institutional investors. So not you and me. Okay? That's how this is really going. Look, I'm going to tell you something. All these people on YouTube selling all their stupid ass courses and shit. Some of them for $500 to $1,000 a month. Oh yeah. Now, I'm gonna be very careful here. There's a guy named Raoul Paul. Like today or yesterday, he made this groundbreaking announcement. Okay. He's saying things look pretty good for Ripple. I think they might win. Groundbreaking. He's the guy that charges $1,000 a month. 2.5 years ago, I started saying that there's no crypto laws, nothing's good, whatever. And then when this trial started 2 years ago, I said Ripple eventually will come out on top because the SEC can't do anything. They might take a hit in the beginning and they could appeal it. Basically, Ripple's going to win, be bought out by the Treasury. All the escrowed XRP will go to the. I've been calling these shots for 2.5 years, and I like it when people that charge $1,000 a month just come out with a simple statement like, "Yeah, things are looking very positive at Ripple. I think they might win." I'm just like, really? Okay. Well, that's worth $1,000, I think. Okay, let's move on. Is there anything else in this article? No, that's pretty much about it. So don't get your hopes up. Don't hold your breath about getting rich a month from now or 3 months. This is reality time. Citibank is putting it together. And like I said, I don't care if Bank of America's ready. I don't care if People's Bank of China's ready. I don't care who the fuck's ready. If you don't have Citibank, JP Morgan, and Household giving crypto a green light, ain't a fucking thing gonna happen. Okay? So that's what we're looking at with that article. Let me check some comments so far. Hulk is an Aries, not I'm not telling. Meki, Numi, as long as we get more time to accumulate, I'm okay with that. Aries are leaders. Look at Hulk with the news. Sabar, you're right, but don't tell anybody. I don't believe in that astrology shit, but sometimes I do. I think, man, that stuff might be right, but I don't want to get into all that. Bank of America, which is a Ripple partner. See, what you do is get all the little countries ready first. You get all the little banks ready first. And then you work your way up to the top and get them ready last, okay? That's what's been going on. I've been telling you guys that for like 2.5 years. Ken Merritt has a good question. Bothering me for a long time. If XRP, this is a very good question, is going to, and if you watch my old programs, um, I'd say this go back like 6 months ago, somewhere around there, and watch my programs up till now. You'll have a very, very good understanding on all this. I break it down, but I'll give you the short version right now. Why haven't the whales bought it all up? I've talked about this for hours already over the past 2.5 years. How it works is Ripple has been going around the world spreading, being a responsible steward. Like I said, okay, here's one of the best examples I gave. Ripple is not going on the stock market. So these companies, I won't mention their names, but these other YouTube channels are promoting these little investment companies where you can buy Ripple stock or whatever. Fucking waste your money. And they're like, and it's half off. Yeah, I don't know about you, but my channel doesn't have a bunch, like millions of people that have. See, normally with this investment company, it costs $10,000 to buy Ripple stock, but they're having a special and it's half off. Yeah, so you got to have now $5,000. I don't have 5,000 put into crypto. I would assume 99% will watch my show. We don't have right now 5,000 to put into crypto, and then to buy the art paintings, and then to buy the gold. I mean, what's going on? Like, I need that kind of fucking job where I got that kind of money coming in, where I can go buy some art paintings every week, go buy gold every week, go over to I won't mention the name. Go to that investment company and buy $5,000 of Ripple every week because it's going to end soon. Go in there and get it now. Use my referral code. I got people that are trying to make rent this week. I got people that are working 50, 60 hours of jobs this week. We don't have no $5,000 to invest in Ripple. So to go along with your question on liquidity and all that stuff, Ripple carefully makes agreements, non-disclosure agreements with all these banks and countries around the world, okay? Even with the United States, I'm sure they have some kind of non-disclosure agreement. But what's going to happen? The reason I brought up the Ripple and the investment is because Ripple will not become on the stock market. It will not go. And if it does, it's going to get neutered. It's going to have his nuts chopped off if it's a boy. And all that XRP is going to the treasury. And then Ripple will just be some regular company. Okay. But it's not going to be Ripple as we know it today. It's going to be the American government is going to take that damn XRP, like the 50 billion of them or whatever, and control that shit. if that were to happen, let's say you go to that little investment company, you buy shares in Ripple, and they win the lawsuit. Now Ripple has 50 billion in the bank of the XRP. Then then China comes in and Russia. I've given this example many times. So this answers your question. So Russia and China come in along with India, and they are actually, how about this? China just comes in and buys up all the XRP, bam, at whatever it is, 45 cents a piece. They hit up all the exchanges at the same time and then put a buy order in at the same time. So they're able to buy it all out, poof, gone. That's, and then they sit on it. It's not going to work. So what Ripple's been doing is little by little giving it to a bank to use. The banks use it, or whatever money service business or country, whatever central bank of a government, uses that. And then then Ripple will buy it back off exchanges and other places, market makers and shit. They buy it back to be a responsible steward, to where a bad actor like Russia and China or something would come in and just scoop it and take it, and then scoop it and take it. And then they'd sit on it and they'd buy it all up and it wouldn't be around. So Ripple's very active. They give the company X amount, and Ripple monitors the market. And wherever they see XRP, whoop, they scoop it back up, because they can't have bad actors collecting it all. So that's how it's done. That's my guess. I remember when XRP was at 11 cents. Crypto She-Hulk, I'm beginning to agree. Ceosis. Let's see. Yeah, I got into XRP at 15 cents. Started going up quick. All right. Next article. We got Citibank one done. Federal Reserve. Okay, this is kind of like a black swan. This is all being set up for a global crash. You find the article. United Nations warns United States Federal Reserve to slow down on increasing interest rates. The Federal Reserve's only play seems to be to raise interest rates, but doing so carries a lot of risk. I will read to you just the bullet points. There's 3 of them, and I'll kind of explain the article to you and with my notes that I have from when I was reading it earlier. A United Nations agency has urged the Federal Reserve to slow the pace at which it is raising interest rates. The Federal Reserve started this year in January raising rates, and they have not stopped. And they've done this so they can slow down inflation that they created. The United Nations report argues that poor countries will suffer if we raise the rates too fast. Okay? Here's my notes, and then we'll discuss it just a little bit. At first, if you guys remember, Jerome Powell, he leads the Federal Reserve. He said, all we have now is transitory inflation, right? When COVID started and the government was printing money and giving it away to all the businesses, all the rich people were getting the money. And us poor people were just sucking. We couldn't go to work. They wouldn't give us money. They'd give the rich people money. Yeah, I'm not a fan of America. I'm a fan of America with good people in it, not with these fucked up people we got right now. So Jerome Powell started printing all this money. People were getting worried. He's like, oh, he'd be on TV. Oh, it's just transitory inflation. And all the news media has their noses so far up his ass and they're kissing it. And the news media's like, yeah, transitory inflation. Oh, yeah, Jerome. Good deal. Transitory. These news people are so fucking criminal. We don't even need them. I say just fire all the news media. I don't even watch news. I get my news somehow. I don't know how I found out my news. Internet, random people on TikTok and shit. Like, hey, I'll tell you, people make fun of that. Our news media, we need to make fun of the news media. They're probably worse than TikTok. At least on TikTok, some of these people we know are fucking crazy, okay? And conspiratory and all that. But these news media people, they like get paid and try to really make themselves look smart and hide all the crazy. So, but at least on TikTok, you know when someone's fucking crazy. So you listen to some of the shit they say, and it's like, well, that actually kind of makes sense. But the news media people, they're straight up liars. So Jerome Powell kept printing money throughout 2021, 2021, 22. They keep printing. And now we're in such a big fat mess. So why are we in this mess? Because Jerome and our government crooks kept printing money. And inflation got worse and worse and worse. And the news media had half of America, not the Republicans or the libertarians, but the government had half of America brain dead. And they're like, yeah, we need this. It's good. Let's help out everybody and just start printing money. And I'm like, oh God, these stupid fucks. Well, now we're in a little bit of a pickle, as they say. We're in trouble. Inflation is just destroying everything. Like I said, I go to McDonald's. I mean, shit, $15, you know? Go to a decent place, it's gonna cost me 25. That's at a decent place. And to go to a really nice place, well, it'll double to like 50 to 70. I mean, this is getting crazy, okay? So Jerome Powell's trying to raise these interest rates so he can help our economy. See, but here's what happens. That creates what's called a Trifflin dilemma. I don't know how to spell Trifflin, or if it's Triffin, but it's Trifflin dilemma. Something like that. You could look it up after the show. But what a Triffin dilemma is, is where when you have a country like America and the whole world has to use our money, and they got their own money too. As our money rises, their money gets less. And the better we do here, the worse that it gets all around the world. Okay? Now, one thing that Digital Perspectives said, so because I got it from his show, so I'm going to give him credit for it, because I don't play other people's shows and not tell them who it is. That's what dumb shits do. And I'm not calling him anything at all. I'm just saying other people use my program and don't give me credit for it. A lot of them do, because they're fucking morons. But Brad Kimes taught us this. I believe it in 1985. He said on the show there was something called the Plaza Accord, something like that. And in 1985, at the Plaza Accord, what that was is a group of maybe 20 countries, or G5 or G20 countries. They all agreed America's dollar is going to drop, and they're going to force the American dollar to drop so it helps everybody else. Okay. Right now, I know I watch international news, especially when it comes to the Philippines, and their dollar, the Philippine peso to dollar ratio is like the worst or whatever that it's probably ever been. Or at least for a long time. And the reason is, again, because this Trifflin dilemma. As America's pulling out of this recession, everybody else gets hammered. That's why the United Nations, that's why I'm reading the story. That's where we're headed, is for a global meltdown. As the United States raises out of this depression, the rest of the world is going to be so fucked, okay? Which will cause a global recession. We call it maybe a black swan. Okay, this article is important because I want to show you what's going to happen. And why is this happening, Crypto Hulk? Because that's why. Jerome Powell, I'm going to put it all on him. Jerome Powell prints all this fucking money. we get into a recession that he says is transitory inflation. He's such a fucking liar. Okay. It's not transitory inflation, dumbass Jerome Powell. It's called you created a fucking recession, depression in the United States. Quit trying to lie and call it something else. Quit trying to call a pile of horse shit chocolate pudding, Jerome Powell. Be a fucking man and do your job and tell everybody you fucked up and you need to have Michael S. Barr, who's the vice chair of the Federal Reserve that used to work for Ripple. He needs to take your job over, Jerome, because you obviously have shown us you don't know what the fuck you're doing. All right? I'll get off that rant. That will be the end of that United Nations warning. So the United Nations warning us, United States, if you keep raising these interest rates, you will cause a global recession. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to prognosticate. That's the big word for today. Prognosticate means to predict. But I'm going to prognosticate that Jerome's going to keep going. And he's going to cause a global recession because that's what we need to get rich with crypto. I know that it sucks, but we need this pain to bring on the black swan, which will bring the phoenix rising out of the ashes, which is why we're all here to get rich, okay? So that's why we discussed in detail this United Nations warning. So just kind of keep a lookout. If we keep raising these interest rates, black swan is coming. Let me check some comments here. Do another article. Members only, says Tekken Monster. It would be totally legal. Jack Howell says Tekken, they will sell fractions of XRP if the price is way up there. That makes more sense. Great rant, if I say so myself. Somebody stop me. Check. So Crypto Cat is here. It's my Jewish rye bread. Albertsons. Okay, we're talking about bread. Cool. When are you joining Rumble and getting off YT? I was just dealing. That's a long story. I don't want to get into it right now. I might get the channel up and running. I'm kind of dealing with the developer. I was in a good mood until I started thinking about this shit. So I'm gonna think about something else. It's a progress that we're working on right now, like a process. All right, next news. Oh, we got the India one. That's the India. Okay, let's go for a happy one. Got to be happy, happy, happy. You're gonna love this one. You know, here's the title: The Ripple Army. That's you and me. Will keep expanding, says former U.S. congressional candidate. I see Ripple growing. You know, I was looking through news today. I don't know what article it was. Brad Garland said that a year ago there was like 700 million XRP transactions or something, or I can't remember exactly what, but it was like 700 million transactions this year. 1.4. He was like, that's double. He's like, we do more business outside of the United States. They're hiring. It was in an article where they talked about Ripple's hiring, like today, like 50 developers. Like Ripple's just growing crazy. America is being destroyed by Gary Gensler and all our communist government leaders. But yet Ripple outside of the United States is just growing. Ripple might as well just move out, for real. But this government congressional candidate, this guy that used to be maybe a House of Representatives, his name is David Gokhshtein. David Gokhshtein. I don't know how you say his name, but he's a former congressional candidate, and he owns Gokhstein's. He's obviously German. Gokhstein's media founder. So he runs an entertainment company or like a news company. I love this, what he says. The founder of Gosh Ding Media denounces XRP trolls and predicts further growth of the Ripple army. This guy is an XRP maxi, just like me. The more you hate XRP, the bigger the army grows. Absolutely, dude. I don't fucking care what. I don't care if XRP goes to a nickel tomorrow. I'm still going to be making these fucking videos and just as proud. If it goes to a nickel, fuck, I might take another loan out and drop down some money like I did last time 2.5 years ago. Because my God, I might get a double amount of what I got now. Fuck, if it goes one. That's just how I am. That's how this guy is. He says, the more, I love what this guy says, the more you toxic fucks hate on XRP, the bigger the army grows. Ooh wee, I like this guy. I don't even know him. He is cool. I can dig it. That's what I'm talking about. So that's how I run my channel. I'm not here to be nice. I don't fucking, if you want nice, go watch some other fucking channel. This place is obviously not for you. If you're a new member, I'd hope you get really thick skin like us, like bulletproof, because it's gonna get really, real. Like, this whole Black Swan thing's gonna get fucking nasty. If you can't handle my fucking program, you will snowflake the fuck out and melt when shit starts going bad. Okay, so I'm kind of like trying to toughen you up to get ready because it's gonna get really fucking scary. Okay, when the stock market breaks, housing breaks, we got probably crime is gonna go fucking crazy in this country. People stealing food and shit. It's gonna get bad. People are gonna be laid off, on and on. But then one day, boom, like the Phoenix, we're rich. And then I got to get out of this place and find some place where all the rich people live. And we got to hire all our own security people because it's going to get fucking bad. All right, last news article I think we'll touch on. Hold on a sec. Proud XRP Army member, hodl tight. In XRP we trust. Ain't no moon Lambo. Hello. That dude's like, he always goes like, hello. I don't know what he said. I haven't listened to that dude for a while. God, that's some strong stuff. All right. Ash says, calling Mrs. Backup. I'm not, look, I don't answer to nobody. When I take a loan out or whatever I got to do to get something, I'm not asking for permission. I'm just going to fucking do it. Okay. You know, that's just how I've read. You have to, at some point, you know, you got to either trust your gut or whatever. If you got responsibilities, some people have kids. Let me adjust this. You know, when I got my crypto, I bought half of it with a loan. I was in crypto for 2 months. I studied crypto for 2 months and took out a fat loan and just dumped money. Probably over a 1.5 month period. And then boom, I was done 2.5 years ago buying crypto. I was done. After 2 months of watching it, I spent about a month and a half accumulating, went to like a JG Wentworth type thing, got this fucking gangster loan where they charge you a fucking crazy amount of interest and shit. Not giving a fuck. Getting the XRP at, I was like, what do they call it? FOMOing in at 15 cents. Saying, oh shit. Then when it hit 30, I was like, oh fuck, I missed it. Oh, damn it, this shit's gonna get too expensive. Then it eventually, you know, after maybe a year or so, hit like $1.80 or whatever it was. But it's like, that's how I am. I'm not telling you to be like that, but you've got to be ready. If things were to get bad, let's say the court case flips, how I think it probably is going to do, but if it flips and XRP drops to 15 cents, do you have exchanges, 1 or 2 or 3 at least? You better have 3 exchanges lined up. You know, Coinbase ain't going to carry it, but like, your favorite crypto exchange might go out of business or have a malfunction or whatever. So you need to find 3 sources and be ready to like buy shit. And then how do you know your credit card's going to work? I mean, so that's why I'm telling people like they're like, "Hey, crypto hoax, should I just wait till it drops or whatever?" And I'm like, "Hey, what if the government cracks down and tells Visa or PayPal or like some people can use PayPal to go on an exchange, but not a Visa card, or some people use Venmo. They use Venmo to pay on like Bitstamp or something. I don't know. You're gonna have to figure out your little plan. So now don't do this, but some people use what's called a VPN to disguise their address or country so they can go to a Korean exchange and buy shit. But don't do that because it's illegal. Russia said that what Russians were doing was using VPNs to buy crypto outside of Russia and bring it to their wallet. That's what Russians were doing. So I just tell my friends like buy the shit now. Don't try to be cheap and wait till it's 10 cents or something. Don't fucking do that. Now, if you already got your crypto, then I mean, you could have money on an exchange and be all ready to go. So when something were to happen, boom, buy, put in a buy order. I mean, but see, I don't do that. So I'm not showing you what to do. I'm just telling you what some people do, and I would tell you don't do it. So there you have it. Lastly, let's look into India. What is going on in India? I'll speed through this article. India, God, this is such a contradiction. Okay, look, if I put down a country, don't get all hurt because I put down my country enough. No, I don't put down my country. I put down these dumbasses that have jobs called leadership positions because they're not leaders. They may have a leadership position, like our president. Okay. Our president's a disgrace to this country because he's got Alzheimer's and it's clear. Um, he's in a leadership position. He's not a leader. He should be in the old folks home. Then you got Gary Gensler. I'm not going to go on and on. These people are not leaders in America. We got a bunch of fucking dumbasses in office who are sellouts, okay? So I go on and on about America. So don't get all hurt if I say, oh, you're making fun of mother. I make fun of every fucking country. I'm an equal opportunity offender. Okay. There's probably some country out there that actually cares about its people. It's not America right now. And I don't think it's China, Russia. So if I make fun of your countries, so I'm trash my own country. I'll trash my leaders. No, the fake leaders that are in my country. So India comes up with something called a concept note. Now, listen to that word note. I've done 2 crypto shows on notes. Okay. One is a securities note from this bank in Europe that I can't talk about because my channel got deleted because I talked about this particular bank. But this particular bank calls the cryptos securities notes. Okay. There's different kinds of notes. Or let's talk about gold real quick before we get into this. Gold, like, well, my watch is gold. But let's say gold, like my necklace. Gold, if you buy it, it's money. Okay. You can go to any country in the world and buy shit with gold. Okay. You can have gold as a commodity, or let's say you sell shares of gold in a fund, it could be a security. So gold can be like 3 different things, can it? Right? You could use gold to back up currency. I mean, so gold is one. So India has what's called a concept note. So I am going to predict in the future there's going to be different kinds of notes. Okay. Cryptos are going to be notes. I've said this, even got a channel burnt up because of it. So just how I showed you how gold can be money, it can be sold as a commodity, a currency. Gold can back up currencies. You can put gold in the stock market and have a fund, so then it's because so it depends on how you sell it. That's why this whole court case, eventually Congress will pass a law. See, the judge can't make any determination. I've already told you this. We've been going over this for 2.5 years. The judge can't determine, but India makes what's called a concept, and they call it a note, and it outlines the roadmap for how India is giving us a roadmap on how they're going to come up with a digital rupee. Okay, I went over this article a few days ago. On October 7th, the Reserve Bank of India, which is a Ripple partner. Let me repeat: the Reserve Bank of India is a Ripple partner. Keep that in mind when I read this article. On October 7th, the Reserve Bank of India released a concept note to create awareness of a CBDC in general and to explain the risks and benefits of using a CBDC. One of the risks is the government tracking everything you do. Okay, they got total control over you if they have that. Now, the Reserve Bank of India, a Ripple partner, broadly defines the CBDC as the legal tender issued by a central bank. I'm going to tell you kind of what I'm feeling and seeing. These governments are sure pushing really hard for CBDCs. I think almost all of them are going to have them. Okay, it's going to be a thing where they'll have cash. They're going to have cash to keep everybody calm, but they're going to come out with the CBDC thing and then slowly delete cash. Like, just stop making it. Maybe stop 25% production 3 months, 6 months later, stop another 25% production. It's like that. So over the period of maybe 2 years, cash is like gone. Okay. So India is doing like a soft rollout on CBDCs. They're letting everybody know, oh, this is going to happen. As India is cracking down on having you own crypto, they don't want you to own crypto. They want you to have a wallet that, no, I'm guessing that they're going to give you, or an account they've already made based on your social security number or whatever. And in India, they're going to have control over your account through a government bank. And then if you get on the shit list, of course, they can zap your account. But India right now is rolling it out. They want everybody to know what's coming. Okay, they're going to be calling it a note. They're going to have wholesale CBDCs, and then they're going to have retail CBDCs. This is government money. My only concern is, like, their CBDC, is there a limited amount, or can they keep making this shit? And if they do, then how do they fix the problem of inflation? See what I mean? If India says we're only going to make 100 million of these things, okay, but they're probably not going to tell you how many they could make because they could probably keep making it. We haven't solved the problem of inflation. We haven't solved the problem of a central bank, correct? So what the fuck's the point of a CBDC if they can keep making it? That's why cryptos are attractive. There's only so many. That's why Bitcoin. I mean, okay, I'll say something good about Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff. There's only so much, so you can't just keep making that shit. All right. Same thing with XRP and the other one. So them too. There's only so many with CBDCs. How do we know they're not going to keep printing them and printing them? Then we haven't solved any kind of fucking global problems, have we? That's correct. So finally, the highlight that I underlined here, they got the government official speaking. He says, requires, India actually kind of admits they need a legal framework, okay? Since the current legal provisions are made keeping in mind currency in paper form. What they're saying is we've got regulations for paper money, but not for crypto. And that's what I've been saying is we need global crypto regulations. Everybody's got to come to the table at the same time. You can't have just the top 20 countries, going to the moon. It's not going to happen until we have like 180 fucking countries ready to go, or at least 75% of them. This shit ain't going to go because you know what? They're going to be left behind. So what India is saying is they're trying to get their people ready, saying, hey, we got this crypto coming up, but now I'm going to piggyback that article with another one from India. Here's the title of this one: India's crypto firms. So the crypto businesses in India, they oppose the Reserve Bank of India's CBDC. They don't want it. The crypto businesses in India are scared to death. And they have a right because this shit is going to, India is going to try to put them out of business and just use the CBDC. And what the businesses are saying is what I've always said too. Look, each crypto does different things, right? Cardano, smart contract. Chainlink, smart contract. Ethereum, smart contract. Ripple, XRP, XDC, payment cryptos. And with side chains, they can do more. VeChain, supply chain logistics. I mean, see what I'm talking about? Like different cryptos can do different things. What the private industry in India is saying is there's different cryptos for different stuff. What the private companies are saying, the government of India, they're just whitewashing the whole fucking cryptos and calling them all just, bad for the government and stuff. The private firms in India are like, no, they do different. Now the good cryptos, they're like, the good cryptos do different things. But the Indian government's like, oh no, it's a threat to the Indian money and this and that. VeChain is not a threat to the Indian money, Indian leaders. Either you're lying or the Indian leaders are really fucking stupid, okay? Ethereum is a smart contract. It's not trying to compete with the Indian fucking rupee, okay? Cardano is a smart see what I'm saying? The Indians, either they're lying or they're fucking stupid and they need to be out of office. And I'm talking about good cryptos. Cryptos do different things. CeeLo is different than the Quant, which is different than these other ones. They do different fucking things, India. So quit trying to be all, we can't let the people buy these cryptos. It's going to be unstable for our money. Can somebody please teach these fucks in India what the fuck's going on? Now, what's a little troubling for me, and I'm going to end this article after this, is you got the Reserve Bank of India. They're partners with Ripple, for God's sakes. Why the fuck are they talking like this? That's very troubling for me, okay? You got the Reserve Bank of India trying to talk all this dumb shit. They're working with Ripple, and they're trying to like push this. One of the things they're going to have, like I said, the wholesale and retail CBDCs, and they start talking about private ledger. Hey, Reserve Bank of India, why is it okay for you to have a private ledger and not for us? Oh, now we're starting to ask some really serious fucking questions. So what India wants to do, the Reserve Bank of India, and I'll use the word India interchangeably with that. What India wants to do is take all the crypto out of all the poor Indian people's hands. God knows what they want to do with it. Probably give it to the banks to sell to corporations and not people. Then the government of India wants to force people to use their CBDC so they can spy on them. And then the government of India wants all the people to have a public ledger so they can spy on all their shit. But the government of India wants their own private ledger so nobody can see what they're doing. See how this looks now? Yeah, that's why I had to read off that article. So we got dumb shit going on in India. Let me check some comments here real quick. And I think something's happened to the sound very low. Well, I don't know what that could be. Well, it's probably YT messing with my channel. That's probably what it is. Matt dropped a cookie in the cookie jar. Oh, hold on. Let me. I've been just. Oh, Stacy Coleman. Okay, I've been talking and jibber jabbering. I'm missing out on cookies that are getting dropped in there. Okay, I gotta. Stacy Coleman, thank you for your donation to the channel. She says, "Hi, Crypto Hulk. Quick question. I have a Ledger hard wallet, no Bluetooth. Okay, is this still good enough? Yes. You can use either one. I like the the one with the Bluetooth. That's my favorite because I can read it better. I don't need to put on my old man glasses. Really, well, I might have to, but that little nano, the S, my God, I need a microscope to read those fucking numbers. Both of them are good. You can still store your crypto. Um, I'm not worried about the Bluetooth feature. Oh, what if there's a criminal in a van outside of your house? Then I'm not worried about that shit. So, but some people are, whatever. So just get either one. I would suggest either one's fine. I just like the X because I can read it. It's just the buttons are bigger. Yeah, just that's just me, but they're the same. Okay, Matt 59754. Damn, I almost forgot my tip. Thanks, brother Hulk. Thank you, Matt. It's one of your. This will be your best investment. Besides, if you got kids, and besides if your marriage or whatever, your uncle, your grandma. But this will be the best investment you'll ever have. The best investment your family will ever have. This will change your like the destiny of everybody in your lineage. This is the best show ever. Tekken Monster. The best show ever should honestly be a Netflix special. It'd have to be rated R. Yeah, like rated R or some shit. Crypto She Hulk. Excellent content. Again, Hulk, thanks for keeping us informed. True news, your views and truth during these times of doubt from the men. Do not doubt. I'm not doubtful. I don't care. I'm going to be very careful what I say, but I don't care what they do. I don't care what they decide. You know what I fucking care about? What I decide. I make a decision. I'm going to be crazy rich and I want a certain kind of life and it's going to happen and no one's going to fucking stop me. I don't care what obstacles get put in my way. I'm going around them. I'll dig a hole and go under them. Hell, put me in a in a catapult and shoot me over and I'll fly through the air to get over the fucking obstacle. Okay? I'm not concerned. In the old days of this show, he used to say that shit does not concern me. It doesn't, nothing fucking concerns me. I'm making a show. I'm going to show you how to get rich. I'm going to carefully explain how I deal with obstacles in life, whatever that might mean, obstacles in life, whatever. I'm not saying I'm getting around crypto laws. I'm just saying whatever obstacles in life come up, I will be getting around them. I'm not concerned. I don't care what people in power decide to do. It doesn't fucking concern me. Okay. When I set out to do something, it's going to happen. And I will do whatever it takes for me to get to my final destination. I don't care what that takes. Okay. All right. Jock's Bluetooth reads your thoughts and on uphold, I mean. Okay, that'll be enough. We're at 59 minutes. That'll be all for today. I'll look for some news tomorrow. I'll spend 2 or 3 hours looking for some news. Hopefully, I can find some. If I can find news that's worthy, then I'll make a program. I'm not gonna make a program just to fucking make one. I don't have sponsors. I'm not gonna do that to you and make you listen to dumb shit and stuff. So hopefully tomorrow I can dig up and find some stuff. But until then, I'll see you later.